Good morning. Welcome to e-learning platform of Kadi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya. This is a presentation on public expenditure, and this presentation is delivered by Dr. Shweta Sadanand Singh Thakur, me myself, the faculty of BCom, Srimati MP Patel Commerce College, Center for Professional Courses, Kadi. This syllabus belongs to semester 5 students, and today's topic is significance of public expenditure. Before starting with the significance of public expenditure, let's revise the meaning of public expenditure once again. So public expenditure is the value of goods and services bought by the states and its articulations. Now, let's proceed with the significance of public expenditure. There are 4 significances of public expenditure which you can see in the slide. Number 1, it contributes to current effective demand. Second, it expresses a coordinated impulse on the economy, which can be used for stabilization, business cycle inversions, and growth purposes. Thirdly, it increases the public endowment of goods for everybody. Finally, it gives rise to positive externalities to economy and society as a whole, or in specific sectors and geographical areas. The more so though its capital component. With its prioritized structure and its peculiar decision-making process, it substantiates the prevailing kind of state. In democracy, public expenditure is an expression of people's will, managed, though political parties and institutions. At the same time, public expenditure is characterized by a high degree of law dependency and inertia, which tempers the will of the current majority. Now, public expenditure can be financed through taxes, public debt, money emission, international aid. Okay. Now, if we talk about the composition, then first, public expenditure can be classified in terms of kind of goods and services bought, and also with very general items like capital goods, consumption goods, personal expenditure. Okay. By contrast, public expenditure in national account does not comprehend merit transfers among social groups, as it is the case of pension schemes. Payments of interest on public debt are not comprehended as well. Secondly, public expenditure can be classified according to the social official body and organization from which budget it is paid. For example, the central state and its ministries, regional and local authorities, separate public bodies, and international organizations. Here we should note that public expenditure usually does not consolidate state-owned firms. Their capital goods, public expenditure is added to investment. Okay. In modern states, the public expenditure of the different bodies is interlinked with national programs, co-financing both international and decentralized projects. The co-financing with the private sector is sometimes actively looked for. Thirdly, public expenditure can be classified according to the macro function at which it is directed, like justice and public order, infrastructure, military system, education system, environmental protection, health care, support for the poor, the old, the disadvantaged, support for firms, export and production in general, regional policies for rural and urban areas, special policies, expenditure, foreign aid, integrated fight against drugs. Okay. So, both the welfare and development state includes the items of mineral states, military expenditure, and special policies are common traits of the three models, may be in different proportions. Okay, so what are these three models? One is the minimal state, second is the welfare state, and the third is developmental state. Okay, so here let me end the session and we will meet in the next. I have used a few references which you can go through with this and verify with the detailed information, and you can also search for more information about significance of public expenditure on it. So till that, thank you, and we will meet in the next lecture.